after the Howard Stern film opens. Oh well, this too shall pass. Back to the phones here. John, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Hello, sir. How's it going?
All right, thank you.
I got two questions. First of all, let me just say, I like your show a lot.
Thank you.
I listen to it as much as I can. I love your commentary and stuff.
Thank you.
I just real quick before I have the questions. You said you wanted to know what Baba Booey meant. Really a waste of time because the producer Gary, he collects Warner Brothers cartoon cells that are, like, in my opinion, a waste of money. But
right.
And Howard always rips on him for it. Well, there's this one character he wanted to get called. He thought his name was Baba Booey.
Right.
It's really the little guy called Baba Louie.
I see.
Sidekick of Cricket McGraw.
Right. Well, right. And it's not Warner Brothers. That's Hanna-Barbera.
Right. I'm sorry about that.
Right.
Yeah. So Howard laughed so hard because he knew it was Baba Louie and not Baba Booey.
Right.
So from then on, he's like, "You're Baba Booey," and they've had branches off from like Fa Fa Flunky and La La Loser. So it's really a waste of time. So when someone says it on the show, they're really just Anyway, though, I have my first question is
Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Peter Jackson films.
The New Zealand director. The New Zealand director.
I was wondering if you enjoyed Meet the Feebles at all.
I haven't seen Meet the Feebles. I saw Bad Taste.
Bad Taste. Okay. What about Dead Alive?
Dead Alive I haven't seen. He also did Brain Dead. Right. These are basically direct to home video movies. I didn't see Bad Taste in the theater. Did you?
No. I mostly see these on rental.
Yeah, he's a strange guy. He's a director from New Zealand who does these very, very weird movies. It's almost as if he's trying to make intentional cult movies that are so bad they're good. I don't know. I think his movies are only good if you compare them to a hack like John Waters. A lot of people think John Waters is brilliant. I think the man is absolutely moronic. I've never laughed at any of his films, ever. I went to see, what was it? Hairspray.
Okay.
And I guess Serial Mom. I didn't laugh once. I saw it with my wife. My wife thought he was funny. Sometimes I just, as I said, compared to John Waters, Peter Jackson's brilliant.
Yeah. Peter Jackson also did Frighteners.
Yeah, Frighteners. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Frighteners is a pretty good film. A lot of critics liked it. A lot of them didn't. And essentially, that's right. I forgot all about that. I'm sorry. I like the Frighteners. The Frighteners is kind of a departure from Michael J. Fox. The problem with the film is it doesn't know whether it wants to be a comedy or a parapsychological horror movie. And it's actually a pretty good combination of the two. And that is the film that has more or less put him into almost the mainstream.
Yeah, it's very toned down, Peter Jackson. Like Meet the Feebles, I highly recommend. It's very gruesome, and there's a warning on it because it's a Muppet. It's the Muppet Show on TV. It's a parody on the Muppet Show.
But it's gory. But it's gory.
Oh, it's beyond gory. It's it's like every single sick act you could think of is probably shoved into it.
Jeez.
A lot of stuff I probably can't even mention on the radio.
Right.
But it's like it has a warning on it saying because it has Muppets on the cover.
Yeah, it sounds like a Muppet film. Right.
It says because it's a Muppet movie, at least to take off. Kids will look at the cover and be like, "Hey, Mom, look, Muppets, let's rent it." It says a warning on there: "Don't rent this for your kids."
I appreciate it. Thank you for telling us.
Yeah. So if you're gonna watch, you were just mentioning, so like I said, if you're gonna watch it, I wouldn't,
Show it to my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would highly not. Yeah. Don't know.
Okay. Thanks, John.
It's one of my favorite films, and I called up Suncoast to try and buy it. It costs $90 because they're not dealing with retail.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's one of my favorite. It's really crazy.
Okay, thanks for the comment. I appreciate it.
Also, my dad was wondering if Bergman's The Virgin Spring is available on video.
Yeah, sure it is. Virgin Spring is one of his better films. It's a very, very upsetting movie with Max von Sydow as a man whose daughter is sexually assaulted and murdered, and he just inadvertently happens to run into the two ignorant peasants who did it when they seek lodging and seek a meal at his house. He winds up murdering both of them, and as an act of forgiveness, where his daughter was murdered, a spring comes forth. It's a very, very upsetting film. It's very allegorical, more allegorical than most of Bergman's films, and an extremely good movie. But yeah, as far as I know, it's available on video. All of Bergman's films are.
Okay. I guess he can't really find it. Also about, with Howard, everyone's all going off tonight about Howard. He asked me, I'm not going to say sold out because you were talking about the sold out thing. He mentioned this, he wanted to, earlier on, Howard wanted to, some guy, brother of Montel Williams, who produces the show, wanted Howard to do an announcement commercial on the show or something about his anniversary for his 100th episode or something.
Mm-hmm.
So Howard had all these crazy ideas, which I refused to say on the radio.
Right.
And he had these really, you can pretty much imagine, because Montel Williams is married to like exotic dancer or something. I don't know much about him, but he had all this stuff, and he was going to, do all this crazy, practically insults on Montel Williams. But the guy didn't want him to do it. So Howard said, well, you want Howard Stern, but you don't want Howard Stern. That's what I think the movie is. It's like they're showing Howard Stern's struggle, but they're not really showing him, the true...
Yeah, it's pretty tame. By the way, Howard, one of the smartest things Howard Stern has ever done, based on what you're telling me, is refuse to do some of that stuff to Montel Williams. Montel Williams is a former Marine. I'm sure that he would have basically put Howard through a wall.
Probably, I could see that, but, Howard was obviously just joking, but it was really getting raw. I mean... But
gee, what a shock!
I'll probably listen, later on.
All right, do me a favor, John. When you get a chance to watch the movie next week, give me a call back. Let me know what you think.
Okay,
all right?
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure to talk to you. Yeah. As you can tell, John was very young. He's about 20 years old, and I guess has his head on the right way. Sounds like a nice guy, and it's true. You want Howard Stern, but you don't want Howard Stern. In order to release a film like this, you either do it as NC-17, which means X, or you do it as an R, with some outrageous language and some outrageous acts, but you tone it down. It is a whitewash film. Next week, we're going to see if I can get my friend Stu Bykowski to at least stop by with his wife Maria, since Stu and Howard also had some run-ins. And Stu won, by the way. And his wife Maria knew Howard Stern back in the old days. So we'll see what we can go. Maybe not, but we'll give him a shot. I'll give him the invitation. All right, let's try to get serious here, or get serious about being...